There is a word from the Lord. Y'all who are familiar with Black church, you know about that type of language. So I'm reading through the book of Isaiah, and it's crazy hard. So I've been reading it for like a month and a half, and I'm only on chapter 9. Probably been longer than that. Anyway, but I got some dope revelation though, so check me out. Verse 1, chapter 9, verse 1, it says, "But there will be no more gloom for her who was in anguish. In earlier times he treated the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali with contempt. But later on he shall make it glorious by the way of the sea on the other side of Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles." So this is for you people who think that the Bible is not true, or maybe... Here's the thing. The coincidences, the prophecy in the Bible, it can't be coincidence. So let me let you know what's going on. The book of Isaiah was written hundreds of years before Jesus stepped on the earth, but they have prophecies that detail that list details or predict details of Jesus's life hundreds of years before it happened. So you're asking what details? I don't understand. Well, I didn't understand the first time I read it either, but I looked into it, and this is what I realized. So it says he treated the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali with contempt. Those were tribes in Israel, but they were also regions. So this is the region kind of northeast by the Sea of Galilee. And so what is he talking about contempt? Well, in this time, Isaiah's time, Israel was, they were being disobedient and God was going to punish them. So he sent the Assyrians, who were like a crazy world power, arguably the greatest world power of all history. And they came from the north, and they came through Zebulun and Naphtali and decimated the area, and they conquered Israel. So basically God is talking about a restoration. He says later on he shall make it glorious by the way of the sea on the other side of the Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. So he's not only talking about restoration of the land though, he's talking about Jesus. Jesus is actually going to move to this land. So there's a double meaning here, where it's not just, oh, God restoring the land to its former glory. Actually, this is going to be a glory that's above the former glory. It's going to be a glory that's never been seen before, the glory of the Messiah. They're going to have the honor of housing the Savior of the world. Tell me that's not crazy. That's crazy! But I was studying, and then I found this. Matthew chapter 4 verse 15. Let me show you how raw the Bible is. So you gotta read the Bible. The Bible is dope. So Matthew chapter 4 verse 15. It says, well, let me just start reading from verse 12. "Now when Jesus heard that John had been taken into custody, he withdrew into Galilee, and leaving Nazareth, he came and settled in Capernaum, which is by the sea, in the region of" what? I can't hear you, church. "In the region of Zebulun and Naphtali." What? That's the same region we heard about in Isaiah hundreds of years earlier. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then Jesus does it. He came and settled in that region. And then verse 14 gives us some insight. It says, "This was to fulfill what was spoken through Isaiah the prophet. The land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali by the way of the sea, beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles." So there it is right there. It's like Jesus does the same thing. He was on one side of the Jordan, and he goes on the other side on this region, which, oh, I gotta point out, it was no longer called Zebulun and Naphtali. Those were ancient names. It was like if we were to say the land of the Franks, which is now France, or let me think of another. It's like saying Burma, which is now Myanmar. So it's basically, you would have to get that reference. It wasn't even. It wasn't even. I got a visitor. This is Joey. So what's up, Joey?
How you doing? Good to see you.
Anyway, my guest is gone. I don't even know where I was. We had a long conversation. I'm rambling at this point. Point is, the Bible is dope. Hundreds of years before this happened, it was predicted, and there's so many instances like that in Isaiah. First of all, he had to even predict that it would be destroyed, that the Assyrians were going to destroy it, which they were a major world power. They were taking over stuff. You could say, oh, that's not that much of a stretch. But, I mean, there are other things in here about Jesus' life that were predicted that it's like, there ain't no way, man. There ain't no way you could predict where he would be, the way he would die, all types of crazy stuff. So anyway, the Bible is real. It's dope. Peace. Another visitor. Say hi.
Hi, YouTube.